Well, that stopped filming without my knowledge. Okay. The report card. I went to the Gifted and Talented Education program and I kind of felt alienated from my peers, and I feel like no matter who you are or what you do, everyone has felt different, and so this book kind of discusses that. It's very exciting and interesting and very well written. No Talking talks about an elementary school class having a competition, and it's deep but also fun and light and talks about elementary school. I loved elementary school. Best times in my life. So, very good book. The School Story talks about a girl who writes a book and her best friend gets it published, and they're both in 6th grade and they're so young and yet so successful and smart. And I loved that because when I was really little, I wanted to do more than just what kids do, you know? And so this book was very inspiring because I wanted to write a book and probably won't, but I like it. Swindle by Gordon Corman is a book about a group of kids in about 5th or 6th grade that are able to solve a mystery and figure stuff out. And just like on the other books, I love books about kids doing stuff and being successful and smart and doing more than the average kid does. Solid book. Let's go. Bunnicula! Sounds kind of like a really bad pun, but it is a really good book. I love Bunnicula because it's super cute and funny, and it's pretty much a dog and a cat who think that their owner's bunny is a vampire. And it sounds stupid, but it's adorable and very fun to read, and there's a whole series after it, and they're well written. I really enjoy this book because it's an easy read, doesn't really get too deep, just right. Life of Pi. This is not even kind of like the other books that I brought up because I read this last year for English, and it is very interesting. And what I enjoyed the most about it was how the story itself was exciting, but everything in the story was symbolic of something else. And I like books like that where you can take it deeper. Also, Jan Martel, very good author. Let's see. Speaking of stuff that is deep, we have Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. This was written a pretty long time ago. The book is just falling apart because I've read it that much. It's actually my mom's book, and that she got when her last name, no, this has my grandma's name in it. Super cool. It's one of the most endearing books I've ever read because the characters are so endearing. And the story itself makes you think. I love books that kind of gnaw at the corner of your brain, but not as gross as that sounds. It basically is about a family who drinks water from a spring that makes them live forever. And it does make your brain wonder, you know, what would happen if I could live forever, and who would I want to be with that could also live forever. There was a movie made of it, but the book is always better. And it's short enough that you can sit there and just read it all in one night, and it just makes you feel all the feelings of just loving the characters. The Doll I just hit myself in the face. The Doll People sounds a little creepy, not even kind of creepy. It's basically a book about a family of dolls who come to life when their owners of the dolls aren't around also sounds a little creepy, but their owner's sister gets a dollhouse as well. There they are, very good cover art. And then they have to learn how to make friends with these new dolls while simultaneously solving a family mystery and dealing with the challenges that come with being a doll. It's kind of a graphic novel. There are pictures in there. It's a really good book because it's entertaining but also has a lot of heart, endearing characters, very nice. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume. This is the Fudge series. All the other books have Fudge in the title. And it's about a young boy who's in 4th grade. And I love books whose narrator, like main character, are set in elementary school, because when I read them in elementary school, it made me feel really close with those characters, and now that I'm older, I still love those characters, even though I'm older. It's about this boy who has a little brother who is super annoying, and how he deals with it, and how he deals with life. It's written really well. I love Judy Blume. Good author. Aladdin by Lauren Miracle. It's actually a whole series that goes from ages like 10 to 14, I think. And what I like about this book is not particularly that it is, a literary novel that is studied by professors for years to come, because it's about a girl who is in her kind of awkward preteen stages, but it's not written like, those books that are written in like text lingo about preteens. It's not like that, because that is kind of stupid. And it just talks about, issues with friends and boys and just being that age, because at that age I didn't really know what to do with myself. And I thought I was too mature to be a teenager, but then I kind of read these books and I was like, okay, so it is okay to feel sad when your friends sort of grow apart from you, So maybe not the most appealing book to all demographics, but still important to the development of the Rachel Lee character that I have. Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. I'm pretty sure there is a sequel to this book, but I have yet to read it. But I love this book because the setting and the atmosphere and the character names and all of it just kind of transports you to that fictional world. I'm gonna re-say that sentence. Everything about it transports you to that fictional world. It's about a city, a quarry mining town in the mountains that ends up getting an academy for all the girls to train to become the next princess, and then the prince comes and picks his princess, and it sounds kind of cliche, but it's really well written, especially if you're into that. I don't know what that means. It's really well written, and the plot is very engaging, and it just kind of takes you there. I love this book. I will end it with easily two of my favorite books ever. A Long Way from Chicago by Richard Peck and A Year Down Yonder by Richard Peck, because they're pretty much, the first one and the sequel. And what I adore so much about this book, it's about a girl named Mary Alice and her brother Joey who go and visit their crazy grandma Dowdle in this tiny town that she lives in, and then the second one is just another summer with only Mary Alice because Joey leaves and grows up and stuff. But I adore Grandma Dowdle. She is the most dynamic and interesting and exciting character I have ever read, and she's crazy and funny and gutsy, and it just makes me want to be that grandma when I grow up. And I think a book is really good when it makes you want to change something about yourself, or it makes you want to be something. This makes me want to be a crazy small town grandma. But for reals, it is so good and so interesting and hilarious, both of them. And the second one, usually the second installment of a series isn't quite as good as the first. Nope. This is the best. And you can hear kids trick-or-treating right now. It is literally Halloween. I am alone filming a video about books, but you know what? Who needs friends when you've got books? You still need friends, but you've got books. And I hope you appreciated this video. I'm still holding books. I hope you appreciated this video, and if you have any books that you just adore and think are important and exciting and well written, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm always on the hunt for